who I think is most likely to win 1 through 24. And you can audit me as we go. Who do you think my number 1 is?
I think it has to be Aston Villa.
It's correct. It's Aston Villa. What about number 2? Let's see how long we can do this.
I think Real Betis should be number 2. And I think the way you were talking about them
I like
earlier,
that. Yeah, that's
I
fun.
thought you were going to go with them at number 2, the way you were talking about them
I
earlier.
have Roma.
Okay.
I'd Roma third just because.
A number of reasons. Like, again, hard to trust their goal scoring all the time, but they do seem to come up with the key moments when they need them. In a knockout setting, their back line, I'm scared of, especially when Svilar is in there as well. Coaching, you just can't look over Emery and then Gasperini. Like, the success at this level, being kind of Europa League maestros, I think they can really win ugly rounds in a similar way to Villa. So that's why I have them second.
Yeah.
I actually have Betis fifth.
Really?
See, because what you're saying about managerial success, I think Betis also kind of have it with Pellegrini.
I love Pellegrini, but
I guess he's never really, until last year, has not had a particularly good European run.
No. If Isco can ever come back healthy this year, we might have a different conversation, but I don't really trust the depth that much right now. I have my tier list is I have 7 in my first tier. I think Villa and Roma are 1A, and my 1B starts with 3, which is Lyon. Number 4, I have Stuttgart.
I have Stuttgart a bit further down. I have them in 6.
Yeah, I'm very high on Stuttgart, as you know. I'm just a super big fan of their recruitment recently. Really like their roster of attacking talent in particular. Obviously, I'm a huge Hunis guy. I thought Spurs should have gone after him last summer. Not that it would matter what Spurs do because their recruitment is so whack. But this is, again, not a Spurs podcast. But their combo of Undav, Mittelstadt, El Canus. They just have a lot of guys I really like. And I think I trust the system. 5, Betis. Number 6, I have Nottingham Forest. Just because the talent is overwhelming. But they're also coached by Sean Dyche. So
I have Forest down in 11th, partially because they're coached by Sean Dyche. And I also, when I look at going deep, last year was an exception to my normal rule that consistency is really important if you're going into a knockout competition, because one bad game can throw everything away. To me, Forest have been the opposite of consistent in the Europa League. I think the high end of Forest is up there with the best teams in this competition, but the floor is so low that I couldn't put them higher.
I just feel like if this was a form power rankings, as I said, they would not be this high. This is how likely they are to win the title. I mean, they're in 17th in the Premier League right now. We know that's a great formula now for winning the Europa League. The only problem is that they're 17th by just 6 points. If they can put a little bit of distance between them and West Ham in the next month or two, while surviving Fenerbahce, then I think they have a real chance because they can really throw everything at the Europa League. The ownership really cares about it. And the only thing would be if they get really sucked into this relegation battle, then they won't be able to spare the resources to put their all into Europe. But there's a scenario, I think, where they become Tottenham-esque from last season.
Well, Tottenham finished 17th. It was largely because they were focused so much on the Europa League. They allowed their form to go to absolute shit.
They weren't in 17th in January like Forest.
Yeah. Yes. It was a slide down toward the end of the season when they knew they could not get relegated.
Number 7, I have Porto. This is the end of my 1B tier.
I have Porto up in 5th. I would put them as my line for I wouldn't be surprised to see them win the competition. It doesn't feel like they're going to win the Europa League, but if they get into the final, I would be not surprised at all.
They have a really awesome coach, Farioli. We've been talking up Farioli for a couple years now, but he is very young. But yeah, they have a really good team. They're really good. That's it.